online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Watching and listening to AfterBuzz TV's The Voice After Show. It's season 7, episodes 11 and 12. We've got the last night of the battles and the first night of knockouts. Woo. I'm Jason Ikeler.
I'm Chloe West, and we tricked you.
Hi, y'all. Whitney Lane. Hi, I'm Stephanie Giorgi. I complete the 4th white girl on this panel.
Hey, Christian's out tonight. He'll be back next week. But ladies' night on The Voice, and we got the number 1 lady to ever walk the planet. Taylor Swift is in the house.
I was like, who says her? I want to be
on The Voice. I ain't playing like that. Taylor Swift is the guest mentor this week. How'd you guys think she did?
Advisor. She's all-team advisor.
Advisor.
Girl is smart. I like her with music. Girl got it.
She was. I was actually very impressed by her. I couldn't believe how actually pretty intellectual she was. More so though, she was cracking me up with some of the jokes that she was doing. With
my God.
She was kind of funny and quick. Like
the one she
we're
said
not going to talk about that.
Yeah, the one she said to Adam, she said, that sounds like a conversation for never.
Which I love. And I felt like Adam was like, ooh, you kind of look sexy to me right there. But there was some times where I felt like she gave advice, but it wasn't needed, but she just wanted to say something, and I was like, that sounded kind of weird.
Really? I felt like everything she did was on point.
That's how I felt, too.
And I felt like she really opened up all the artists.
I feel like because when usually the coaches don't give tangible advice, they're usually like, oh, try to make it more you, and she's like, no, when you sing this note, do this instead. And I feel like that's what they need for their performance.
Right, because they'd rather have direction instead of trying to find it from themselves.
Yeah. How hard do you think it was for her to kind of tone back her performance? She's the performer. Everyone knows Taylor Swift. How hard was it for being oh my gosh, these other people are so good. I want to be up there doing it.
Oh,
That's gotta be hard for someone like her.
That's probably how all the judges feel then.
She probably went to karaoke that night.
Yeah, she had to let it out at some point.
I
would die to do karaoke.
Apparently my friend did, and that she was she was kind of disguised, but not really, because you could tell it was her, and that she was like, okay, I'm sorry, I've never really done this before, this is weird, and then you started singing.
And you're good.
Damn girl.
Shut up.
Yeah. I did karaoke on Friday, and I did Meredith Brooks's Bitch, and it was awesome. I do so myself.
We are just diving into the episode.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Tuesday. So we're just there was only 3 performances to talk about. First up was Team Pharrell, and it was Brittany Butler versus Ricky Manning, and they sang on Broadway. 2 words. Train wreck.
Yeah.
You know what? I really liked Brittany, and I love her jazz thing that she does, and I was really sad to see her go. But I thought that, what was it? Ricky. I thought Ricky did a really great job and surprised me because I wasn't really blown away by his battle. So I was really surprised, and I cried when Brittany was crying at the end. It just brought me down.
I thought Ricky was a little too shouty with it. And a little too sing musical theater. Okay, I'm gonna be really happy. And then I thought Brittany was just super pitchy the whole time.
I just was bored. It didn't fit for me. I thought she was a little too slow. I thought she needed to pick up the pace a little bit. I was just do something.
And I do think I like that they sang a song like this, but I don't think it's appropriate for The Voice. I think it's too corny.
Right. I was like, oh, but only because it's anyone can make that in a big performance.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as probably entertaining.
But Brittany scatted at the end. It was just so cool. I can't believe he didn't keep her.
But I think if it's in a battle, especially, you have to bring it the entire performance.
I thought she did. I don't know. I guess I love jazz.
Hearing it the second time though, she does sound a little better.
Yeah.
So good.
I was gonna say that I understand about the whole performance bringing it, but I feel like a lot of the coaches are choosing them for little pieces that they hear hear within the performances. And they're like, ooh, I want to work on that and see if we can develop that because that's what's going to make them a good artist.
I feel like especially Pharrell, and he chose Ricky.
I know, which
So he must
surprised
have-
me because I thought he would have been the one to choose Britney. Of all the judges, or the coaches, I thought he would be the one to be like, you know what? I like this Britney girl. The way he feels about Sugar Jones is how I kind of thought he was going to feel about Britney.
I think maybe some of the good things that he sees in her, he has on other people.
Yes.
Oh, maybe.
That's true. And I think he knows best.
Right,
honestly.
Pharrell knows best.
I can't even get mad at his choices. I really can't.
True. He's amazing.
Next up was Team Blake, and it was Kensington Moore versus Regan James, and they sang Team by Lord.
And poor Kensington. She's the one that missed a rehearsal with Blake and Little Big Town.
Kidney
First time
stones.
ever because she had kidney stones.
First time in voice history somebody missed.
And I mean,
that didn't feel good though.
Yeah.
Oh no, she was hospitalized.
But you could tell in the performance, I think. I also think the song was unfair for her going into it.
Well,
She shouldn't be
also-
singing this type of music.
And Regan, I mean, missed that note and had the most swagger you've ever seen. And Pharrell even was like, that's a professional. And she's, what, 15 or 16?
She's really young.
It's crazy.
I like her though. She's really
I
talented.
really like her. She's like an old soul in that body.
I like her stage presence. I don't necessarily like her voice. I think we've heard it a million times.
Which probably could help because I was gonna say when they fix themselves in it, I think it's always important because it makes me feel better. Like I need to be relaxed, and if you're freaking out, I can't even watch
because
anymore.
nobody in the audience wants to
So
feel
you're right.
awkward
Like
when they're
right
watching a
when they brought it
performance.
back out, I'm like, okay, let me see what else you got. Like that's cool. You missed the note. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Well, at first,
like, it was horrible. No, I'm just kidding.
you know when you like listen along with them and you know the songs, like this one is a Lorde song, so we know it. And at first I was like, did she miss something? And I was like, maybe I don't know the song that well. Until they brought it up at the end and I was like, oh, she did miss it. I knew it.
I do like their voices together actually though, and I wouldn't necessarily pair them together, but they sound like kind of muddy and good.
It's interesting, this being this deep in the battle rounds, I almost feel really bad for all these people who have to perform because Gwen was the only person all on Tuesday's episode who had a steal. And that's kind of unfair because, you know, if Pharrell wanted someone or if Adam, they can't. And so that's really tough and that's sort of a bummer. And honestly, as viewers, we're sitting there like, all right, who's going to steal? And then battles are over.
It is sad, but it's got to be hard on those coaches too. Because if you're not thinking ahead about the competition that's left to come, and you get so caught up in the moment of this person or whatever, I mean, it's just
Well, and I think that's the
sad.
advantage Blake and Adam have, and I think you can tell at this point.
They know,
they're more cautious on who they steal.
Oh, absolutely.
So Gwen, we didn't see either of her battles, but Anita won and Brianna won.
Yeah, Anita is the Jamaican singer, and then Brianna is the girl we saw tonight, the young girl.
So then for Adam, we had Beth Spangler versus Mia Perfman, however you say her name, and they sang "I Turn to You" by Christina Aguilera.
Oh my Lord! Talk about the hardest song to give anyone.
Yeah.
I think this. I'm actually so surprised. This because I went back and was like, I have to listen to every Christina Aguilera song I love, and this is on her first album, which you forget.
Yeah.
And it's such a perfect song. This is her "I Will Always Love You."
Yes.
Oh yeah.
This song
exactly what I thought right now.
is so hard. And it's like giving someone "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney, but I honestly think it's harder. The things you have to do with your voice and giving it to these two, it was a mess. It was a mess.
Neither of them. I wasn't impressed with either of them. I thought they both should have been voted home.
Well, I could say that they probably could have performed it a little better. However, I'm so surprised this song isn't used more
In the show.
because.
Or by
Whitney
singers in
Houston
general.
is everything, but like hers gets played out because especially when they want to kill it. But it's like how come everyone forgets about this song?
It
That's
must be
one of
too
their notes
hard.
that when you do it, we're like, oh my gosh, it's incredible.
Yeah, I went on Spotify after this and I was like sitting and listening to every Christina Aguilera song and singing along. Like, it brought me back, but these two just did not bring it for me.
No.
And I was really surprised
Well, and
he
then
didn't
Mia
go with
won,
Beth.
and then Beth still got stolen.
Right.
Because I thought Beth was going to win it. I thought Beth did so much better, but Mia's voice is
a little
definitely
more unique.
Well, it's meant for this song too. She sits in her alto really nice. But that's,
Even that is underwhelming to me.
But that's Beth. I thought it was good.
Oh no, it was nice. How do you say like she? Okay, you kind of did it correct. No, but it was the sound. I didn't like it. I didn't like the sound. Like,
Because when you hear
there was one part
Christina
that
do
just
it,
wasn't
she just
singing.
like
She hit the
slaps
notes.
it.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
can't do that like Christina Aguilera can do that.
So
No.
that's it for knockouts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's
For
get,
battles.
or that's it for
For
battles.
battles.
Let's get into knockouts.
That was fun.
So we will. Are you ready?
Man.
We will start with Team Pharrell.
Sorry.
So his first pairing was Sugar Jones, or it's Team Gwen actually.
Yes, Brianna
And Brianna versus Sugar Jones. Brianna sang Heart Attack by Demi Lovato. So let's talk about that.
I love her so much. I think she could take this entire thing.
Really? I don't think so.
I really like her.
I love how she looks. She's unbelievably
So cute.
beautiful.
She's so
and
cute.
has the most like that's a marketable person right there.
Right.
However, I felt like she needed a little bit of breath support and that some of her notes were kind of off.
I wish she wouldn't have started the song with the putting my defense and just started
Oh,
with
yeah.
the
Yeah.
beginning. I think she would have not sounded as sloppy as she did. I like Taylor's notes though. That was like the sound does it gets a little shouty when she was singing it at first and when she held it back. But I feel like she needed more control of the stage. Especially up until about halfway through, I was like, she looks like she's scared shitless.
But you can teach a 16-year-old,
Oh yeah,
17-year-old.
I mean, she's adorable.
Yeah. I just see her as having kind of the total package right now.
Yeah.
yeah.
I really love her.
I personally thought her stage presence was better, a little bit better than Sugar Jones's.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sugar
yeah.
Jones is awkward to me.
Thank you. Thank
She's
you. Thank
awkward.
You want to
Yes.
talk about Sugar Jones?
Yeah.
Hold on, I want to talk about Brianna.
Okay.
Yeah, because she hasn't.
Taylor Swift's notes were impeccable. And she says everything that you're thinking. You know, when she said, go start off slow, medium, fast, really slow, and then fast again. And you're like, yes. And they made her hold back, and it was so great. And I'm really glad Brianna won. I thought she won it for me. And I do think that Brianna's a little bit of a dark horse because we saw her blinds. We did not see her battle. And so
there is where I thought.
we're forgetting about her a little bit.
Yes,
I'm
and
excited to see what else she can do.
She's very teachable because she took
Yeah.
those notes and,
Yeah.
and did that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunity with her, I
and
think.
she's so young, and to not have that experience behind her, but to be able to take the notes and still execute it is really, really impressive.
I like her.
I'm actually interested to see what happens with Gwen's team when Taylor Swift isn't there. Because I feel like Gwen's notes were a little generic.
Yes.
Watching her coach.
Yes, I agree with that.
But I think Adam and Blake are very specific. I think Pharrell is more like a zened out person, but I think Gwen doesn't know how to articulate what she wants.
I don't think so either, but it's probably because she's so used to doing it innately.
Yeah.
Whereas Taylor Swift, you can tell that she does what we do. Excuse me. Where we watch our like podcasts,
Yeah.
or you know,
She
I feel like
critiques
Taylor.
herself.
Yes, absolutely, and I feel like that's how she learned. And like you see that in later ones when she's talking about Jesse's mannerisms, she's like, would do like when I do my high notes, I do this. Like you got to
Right.
get out of those things. And I was like, oh, she is paying attention to herself. Like,
Yeah.
And
nice.
That girl, you just see how hard she works. This showed me a whole different side of Taylor. We can see
Ditto.
what we see in
Yeah.
the media and that sort of thing.
I
but,
like this business
here-
side kind
I
of.
really am more impressed than ever before. I knew she was a good songwriter. I knew she was talented. But like to see how hard she works for it too and how she can help others
Yeah.
with her.
I
how
told you. I
meticulous
told
she
you
is.
where.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
You're getting saved.
No.
Okay, we gotta talk about Sugar Jones, who sang "Love on Top" by Beyonce. I found her stage presence to be gross. Is the word I wrote down. I was just watching her. I was like, ew. What are you doing?
I'm so sorry. I'm really happy that we totally thought of that, like not being together for
Yeah.
that.
Did you
Because I 100% agree. Because in the beginning, well, one, I kind of didn't like her outfit. I wish she didn't wear the hat. And then
Yeah.
two, it was like,
Yeah.
it didn't match
Yeah.
to.
The song. But I
didn't match the
love
song. It
I
was,
love
like,
when
weird.
Taylor told her you need to take those grunts out.
Thank goodness.
Yes.
Because she can actually sing really well. And
I
when she
agree.
went up to do the like up high, it was insanely good. And then when she does the grunt, it's just as nasty.
Well, because when she does it too much,
Yeah.
it's good. Like Kelly Clarkson knows when to glut.
yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
my first
Oh my
Kelly
God. Get over here.
Well, I always remember that about Kelly Clarkson. And that's the thing about her is that she played it out with.
Yeah.
I do have to comment on nothing with her singing, but like I do not need to hear about her dad being a singer and that she's trying to get out of a shadow. I don't need to anymore.
time.
We
She's
do
good.
have to give
She's
her
good.
a little bit of a leeway because that's probably the producers the
I
whole
guess.
way.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not her. They were saying it, but like she's good on her own. I don't want to hear about her dad anymore.
Right.
To be
Yeah.
quite honest.
I mean, this is one of my favorite Beyonce songs.
Right.
We hear a lot of my favorites tonight. This is like a Chloe's iPod night on The Voice. And
I don't know.
You know, I think I don't understand why Pharrell is so obsessed with her.
You know what it was?
So
It was because it was her vocals at that one part. You can tell she has it in her. It's one of those things where she has a complex about her father. So I think that's what's making her the performer that she is. When it's like, get that out of your head, be you real quick, because nobody cares about your daddy right now. And
Please,
just and then you're gonna be the performer.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think Pharrell wants to turn her into like the next Amy Winehouse, right? But the thing about this style of music that Pharrell's trying to push on her and that she says she's all about isn't the style that comes out of a reality competition show.
And Amy
Not
Winehouse
soul,
is an
not
artist.
blues.
This girl's
Yeah.
just faking, like, she can grunt, big deal.
That's what I feel like. I feel like she's not emoting. She's just phoning in.
Yeah.
And it's obvious, and I think that's why we're not connecting through the camera. Maybe Pharrell feels like he connects in person, but through the camera, we're not getting it, and that's when it counts.
Yes.
And that's why Brianna won.
Thank the Lord. So next up is Team Blake. And his first was Griffin versus James David Carter.
Griffin, a.k.a. Jason Ikeler.
Yeah. Hello.
Jason Meta.
James sang You've Got a Friend by James Taylor. And I actually hated it.
Because what? Why are you singing that song, Ren?
No, this wasn't even me. This one wasn't even me.
That was my middle school
Yeah.
show choir warm-up song.
Oh my God. No, because I
That's
feel
why
like...
I like looked up and I was like, wait, no, he's not. And then I started singing while I'm writing. I was like, you gotta winter, spring, summer, or fall. Like
That's beautiful, Steffi. No, I feel like the
Don't
like,
worry, I'll
cool
sing the Leonardo when it comes up for you.
When James Taylor sings, it's like simple, and that's
Yeah.
what's nice about it.
That's
it's
exactly
just a
what I
guitar
wrote.
and a guy singing. This guy was trying to Christina Aguilera the song, and he can't do that. And he's like, he made it so corny and dated to me.
Yes.
no, it was just simple and it wasn't fair because it was too easy and it was too simple. Like,
And they were trying to
there
tell
was
him
no
they're
range
like, you
there.
need to stop on all your runs, and I thought he still did them.
Yeah, well, but he's lucky that Griffin sucked. So
I was literally just bored. I was bored.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
an underwhelming.
The coaches look bored.
they were.
It's
They were.
just like,
You
I'm
can
so
tell.
bored. We don't need a country singer that just sings like, I don't know. He's good. You can tell he can sing. I need
Yeah, but that
something
was
that
too
has a little
simple.
something,
Yeah,
something.
that's
Yeah.
the song that
It.
everyone knows how to sing well.
And you know what makes me mad? Is he beat our favorite country guy in
Right.
the battles.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm like, and you're gonna do that after you beat that guy?
If you're gonna do
No.
this song, at least give us a big note at the end.
Or something, but here's my situation too. Why were all the judges so like, wow, whoa, like
have
what
to.
was it?
Yeah, they're not gonna
you can
say
tell
something
when they're
bad.
genuine and when they're not genuine.
Some,
Yeah.
During his performance at times, though, Pharrell's like, what? Like, what was
Yeah.
it? Was there something we just couldn't? It didn't convey through the TV for us because I was very. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I know it is different when you listen to it there.
I mean, they must have seen something we didn't because.
Maybe his mic went out.
That happened last season to Kristen Merlin.
Honestly, like for instance, there's one part where Pharrell, I feel like they know when the camera goes on them because Pharrell was bored in another performance. I know he was, and then he kind of did this thing. He's like, and then they switched it up.
Back on.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So Griffin sang As Long As You Love Me by Justin Bieber.
Hey, way to take a risk, okay?
I will say I thought it was
he
a
didn't
risky
sing no
song
James
choice.
Taylor song.
I agree on that.
I think part of the problem with the performance for me was his pants. Because
didn't
Voice
like this
wardrobe
part.
is screwing up this season, I think, because he would not wear those old man dress pants.
I just.
And I couldn't even pay attention
I
after
don't know
that.
who he's trying to be.
This
He's
was
very
a
hard for me.
Horrible song to sing.
You know what? When I saw As Long As You Love Me written, I thought he was going to sing the Backstreet Boys song, and I was like, oh, fun! And I was excited.
It
Like,
would have been better.
That would have been
that's a-
really good.
yeah.
And
really
can we talk for just a second about how Taylor Swift reacted to him
Yeah.
picking the song? She's like, why don't you do something different from what Bieber does?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't like no
Amazing.
She doesn't. She don't play with
She-
that boy.
I know, but I did like her notes that he needs to make it into more of a rock anthem.
Yeah,
I just
change
don't
it up.
think
Because she
he
says,
has
then
the-
what Bieber does.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what
Oh,
Bieber
yeah.
does. You know she does because her and
Selena,
Selena,
yeah, girl, we
they're
know.
like, no.
We know.
I love that they threw that in too.
I think I could kick it with Taylor Swift a little bit.
We could.
Low
You could.
key.
High key.
I'd be like,
All the
don't
time.
annoy me, but let's go. Let's hang out, girl.
So James won.
Shocked.
Yeah,
Right.
I would have picked Griffin because I feel like there's
wouldn't
more you can do with Griffin.
Yeah, that's
too.
true, but I mean, that's not Blake at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not
Because
like,
I mean, Blake can phone it in with James.
Yep.
He's just gonna say, just sing what I sing, and you'll be good.
We'll get to that, but some of these teams, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not disappointed in the next one.
Jesse Pitts versus Tanner Linford.
Oh yeah.
Are we doing it by people? We're doing it by people. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Jesse sang Your Song by Elton John, but the Ellie Goulding version, and Tanner sang Calling All Angels by Train.
I mean, he's fresh.
Oh, poor, yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
Jesse, I liked her look, but I feel like this song and this cover is literally 100% ripoff of Ellie Goulding.
Yeah,
It's 100% rip off from the beginning that what she's been doing. She wasn't supposed to sing Ellie
this is
Goulding
not
this
how her
time.
voice sounds, and you can tell when she goes up to hit the high notes and isn't able to hit them. You know?
Yeah, but I'll have to say this was a hard one in general because they were both second chance people. So I still thought she had I like her voice a lot listening to it in this song. I think it's something I wish I could do.
That was the best tip. I love that Taylor peeped it out and was like, okay, you need to stop your mannerisms.
Yeah.
Please.
Peeped it out.
Taylor,
I just saw one performance and it already pissed me off.
Taylor just has no fear in saying what she wants to say, and I love that.
Honestly, I think this is the reason why I like Taylor Swift. She seems kind of bad to me.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, because you know
we could
every move
scrap.
she does is so like calculated
I'm like, let's go
in her
jump these
head.
other girls, Taylor. She'd be like, and she'd be down with it.
Yeah.
She would.
I'm a jump
I
these
love
girls.
the idea that you and Taylor are gonna jump some girl.
I'd be like, I got my tall friend with me.
My tall friend.
I'd be like, got my tall friend by her waist. She's like,
Oh no.
I would love to be there for that. And if you ever hang out with her without me, I'll kill you.
no, we're gonna kick it, y'all. Don't
Okay,
worry.
Honey, yes.
Yeah, I was just underwhelmed by her. Tanner sang Calling All the Angels by Train. He's so adorable.
Yeah.
But he should be trying to sing like a younger, poppier song, and I think maybe that, even if he sang like a One Direction song or something,
I just want him
it
to
would have been a little better.
I want him to do some Christian rock and live in that world and kill it, Tanner.
That's true. I'm just like, he sounds like anybody else to me, honestly.
I
There
thought-
wasn't anything different for me.
He
Yeah.
only sounded really good to me on the chorus.
But he needs a poppier song because he doesn't have like this big rock voice.
Yeah, his voice
not
sounded
him.
pretty there.
I just and Jessie, she won because Tanner isn't good enough.
Yeah, but I don't think she's gonna cut it in the competition.
No.
I agree.
And think about the other strong girls that Blake has on his
Yeah.
team. He has like all those like dirty, bad country girls. You know what I mean? Like he has all those strong girls on his team that are young
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
Jessie's gonna just be dust in the
See,
wind.
the Calling All Angels sounds so good to me, but that's the only part.
Yeah.
I mean, I was surprised he was able to sing like that. I didn't think he would be able to do
I
this
think
song
he just
well.
needs better songs, and we could actually believe he's a good singer.
And that could also be
It's
him
just-
being
it's all
so
about song
young
choice.
and
Yeah.
he's picking his own song and he doesn't really know what
he could use
direction he's
some
going in.
growth too.
Right,
Yeah.
I think that's the point.
I would like to see. I don't know if they're allowed to come back if they get this far.
I don't know. I don't think as an audience member we
We're
really
gonna want to see
care.
him. Yeah.
I think he's so adorable, though.
He's so cute. I mean, I definitely would like want to follow him on Twitter and like keep up with his life. Keep up with his like show choir or whatever else he's
Jesse
gonna do.
won, obviously. That's it
Yes.
for Team Blake.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching.
Oh, and hey,
there
Blake.
he is.
Up next is Team Pharrell, and first up on Team Pharrell is Danica versus Catrice.
Yeah, dude,
My
Danica.
girl. I
Danica
love
sang
her.
"Saving All My Love for You."
I thought she won over Toya last week.
Also,
and
can we just talk about Taylor Swift's quote when she was doing this?
Amazing.
If
What'd she
you're
say?
coasting, you're backsliding.
Oh my god, I caught that part
That's
too.
I know.
everybody
That is
in
deep.
life.
Yeah.
People,
That
was
all
so
of us.
deep.
I'm gonna write
Take
that on
it
my
in
chest.
And enjoy it.
When
Yeah.
she said that, I was
Live
like,
it.
no, you didn't just drop knowledge on me right now, girl.
Girl, you dropped
Straight up.
Not even
knowledge
knowledge,
on me.
wisdom. She dropped some wisdom on me, and I
Yeah.
was like,
And it's
what?
true.
Yeah.
It's true.
That
Stephanie,
is
do
true.
not coast.
This
You're
girl.
backsliding, girl. You're backsliding.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it was great.
Her voice is so clear. It sounded like a recording.
But how bomb did she look? First
Oh,
of all,
yeah.
right when she entered, I was like this.
She's
And
on
it was-
point.
She was the only performer this evening that, you know, do you ever get the ugly face when you watch people and you're like trying to sound like them?
Yeah.
You know, doing that. But so was Pharrell.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
listening. He was like, you
My
can't
only
help
issue
it.
with her sound is I don't know how relevant she would be after the show.
She reminds me of Kelly Clarkson. She reminds me of Kelly Clarkson.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
No, she's an amazing
I
voice.
wrote that.
Effortless. What a world.
But the thing is, I think she's the dark horse because she's still so good, but you still forget about her a little bit. but she's a perfect singer. I'm buying her Christmas album already.
She sounds like a Martina McBride Christmas album.
Yes, I was totally thinking Martina McBride too.
But she got the Whitney up in her. Okay.
She's like, I was so into that whole oh man, I felt her hard. I would go see her perform anywhere.
Yeah, I like her,
and it would be great.
And then honestly, Catrice,
she
did a really good job.
Sang Superwoman by Alicia Keys.
She did a wonderful job. She has a clear voice, and it's very easy to the ear. However, in the beginning of the song, her movement did not match her vocals.
Because she's phoning it in.
Right,
I don't even think she's phoning it in. I think she's like, okay, I'm nervous. I need to be moving here. Okay, I'm going to move my arm out.
She didn't feel it until the middle to the end, where then it started going together. She reminded me of Kristen Stewart. You know how her facial reactions never match like her emotions when she acts? It's like, it was the same type of a thing for her, even though she sounded incredible the whole time.
Yeah.
I was just distracted by there wasn't like a subtlety there.
And I think she came across as more of like a pageant girl than an artist. Yes. Is the problem.
Yeah.
And if they would have maybe dirtied her up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it was the dress, it was the hair, it was everything.
It was a lot.
It was a little distracting.
To follow Danica, I mean, it was.
Honestly, I think it's the song choice too, because I'm imagining Alicia Keys singing it, and she's going to bring the rawest emotion.
Well, and Alicia Keys has a rasp to her voice too, and this girl's voice is so pure.
She can do that.
Yeah, well, and I just, you just picture her singing it, and then Catrice is just too Barbie doll.
Yeah, it was very pretty.
She's too robotic.
But
she performs to her age.
Think about like Jessie that just went on. I would much rather have Catrice in the competition than Jessie.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what stinks about it.
Like about having the teams where it's
Brianna on Gwen's team is just like
just as
Brianna, who's on Gwen.
She's on
She's
Gwen.
like Catrice. So,
I see.
A little more marketable.
Yeah,
definitely more marketable.
So up next, Danica won that one, obviously.
Yeah.
Up next was Luke Wade versus Taylor Phelan.
I'm impressed.
And Luke saying you're a rich girl.
You like him?
And Taylor saying rather be.
Cool. I hated Taylor's performance.
I love Luke. And I didn't really like him up until this performance.
I know.
But I thought he sounded so good. I think his stage presence could use a little bit of work.
I agree.
But it's like weird awkwardness I kind of thought was like went with him.
Yeah, I like his stage presence actually doesn't bother me because there's something so real and vulnerable. Like he's not trying to hide anything. He's still like trying.
I do just wish he would acknowledge the crowd more. Because I felt like he was so in his own world. In a song like this, you should be working the crowd.
Taylor did say, figure it out, and then you turn with a smile, and I was waiting for that.
You did,
waiting for the audience smile.
To connect with them.
Yeah, so that was a little annoying to me, but I mean, I would buy his, I love me some country music, and this dude, I like him.
Yeah, he's great.
I can hear him collaborating with someone, which I kept trying to think of someone, because you're like, give me an example last week, and I was like, I can never think of examples.
He could do like an Ed Sheeran song. I think would be a great one to like do a song on the radio.
He's kind of like Ray LaMontagne-ish, though.
He reminds me of Vampire Weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, his voice.
Interesting. He's got like a rich voice, but he has a really good voice, and I want to see what he does next, because I think that we always hate the basic white guy sound, but I think he's a little like his soulfulness seems a little more real.
He's like a basic plus.
He doesn't seem basic to me at all.
Every judge likes this dude.
Yeah.
So he went up against Taylor Phelan, who's saying rather be.
Who's also great.
Great, I think he's song great. Choice.
He's so Adam Levine to me. Which makes sense. He's just like Adam Levine.
My problem with him is I thought it was good that they took away the guitar, but boring. He was going like this the entire performance.
It was so short. Horrible song choice. Horrible sound.
Let it out, sister. I thought he sounded better in rehearsal than he did in the actual performance.
I thought the song choice was actually bad. I didn't like the song choice.
Horrible, yeah.
I think he can do better, and I think he can do something more him. I'm glad he's on Adam's team now. I really note to every dude out there, Justin Timberlake no longer wears vests and button-up shirts. You should stop as well. He made it cool, and now he's not doing it. Please stop. It is so dated, and it's so like, I have to agree with
Get out.
I'm so bored of it.
And then I started to wear them.
Yeah.
I have to agree with JT goes.
Yeah, and
what Mr. Timberlake says goes.
Yeah, guys.
I mean, didn't we know he was going to end up on Adam's team, though? This was a...
Yeah, okay, so Luke won, Adam stole him. I don't know, it must have, maybe when you're there you saw something different, because I don't think he was that special. I would have stole Luke.
His last few performances, though, were really good. He is good. There's no doubting it.
He's good, but we've had him every season.
That's true.
And I mean, I don't know. What do these people have on their teams right now? Nobody that sounds like him right now.
And his performance was a step on the foot and a step in the front, a step in the back and a step in the front. That's what he was doing. And I was like, oh, you're gonna miss a word. You're gonna mess up so bad right now. Unfortunately, he didn't. But
he needs to practice in front of a mirror because he is just bouncing.
He started where his mic was like right here, and then he started singing, but then it came back over here, and I'm like, girl, you're not a performer. What are you doing?
He lost his teddy bear. Give him a little.
Yeah. Oh my God. When Taylor called his guitar,
I don't know what to do without my
when
guitar.
she called it a teddy bear, it was amazing.
I had so much candy tonight.
Girl, be cry.
I know. Okay, let's
I
talk
had
about.
Sour Patches. First they're sweet, and now they're sour.
Wait, I do want to say
no, they're sour then
Let me
sweet.
let it out. How
Let it
cute
out.
was it that he asked his wife who he should, and she's like, I don't know who you should pick. And that little baby clapped at the end.
You love a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, just bring me some wholesome
We can
family.
always count on you for all the sentimental moments.
Makes me tear up.
Yeah.
It does.
Good.
All right.
So Team Adam, his only knockout round was Damien versus Toya.
Oh man.
And Damien sang "How Do I Live" by Leanne
How
Rimes.
do I?
I mean, we listened to this the whole time he
Get
performed.
through
Yeah, I couldn't really tell you how he did because Chloe wouldn't shut up.
It's true.
She's so.
And if I couldn't live,
I thought it was it was a good performance, but I wasn't blown away.
no, I wasn't either.
He's also very emotional and vulnerable every time he
Yeah,
goes
like we
out
can
there.
only take so much emotion.
Yo, stop crying.
Unless you're Adele, we don't want all
That's
those
what I'm
emotions out there.
saying. You're good.
I would like to hear him sing an Adele song, or a Sam Smith, or a Boyz II Men. I think Leanne Rimes is the wrong choice. Although I love this song. Don't get me wrong, Damien.
I think it was
Bad
cool
choice
that he
for
sang
you.
this because you wouldn't necessarily think of a guy to sing this song.
Right.
But
Which I
he made
appreciated also, but
When Leanne Rimes sang this one, was this like early 90s?
Oh yeah.
He did like early 90s runs in his voice, and it sounded
He
very
did
dated.
all her runs.
Yeah.
Like,
and there was a
I
part at the end
know
where I was
them.
like, oh, maybe you do got it. And then I was back to being bored.
Yeah.
Right.
He did one run that wasn't her, that he did it on his own. Everything else was exact note for note, which he
Yeah.
does.
I just appreciated the song choice. I mean,
Yeah, it was fun.
I know. I'm sorry that I ruined it afterwards for you guys.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So he went up against Toya Jones, who sang "Crazy in Love" by Beyonce.
Who sang crazy?
Okay, that was the most genius note Taylor Swift gave this whole night. I think.
Yeah,
'Cause,
dude.
literally, I didn't think of Beyonce
Best
when I
part.
saw her sing it. I was like, oh, this is crazy.
We know
Right?
nobody can do Beyonce
Yeah,
like
no
Beyonce,
one,
so
yeah.
figure out a way to make it your own. And Toya got up there and worked it.
I mean, we are the big critics of Beyonce
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and I was so stoked on it, so excited watching her. Thought she was killing it and bringing it and being herself. I'm really mad at Adam for picking.
I can't believe he picked.
Damien.
I think maybe he
Shocked.
was thinking that Damien approached it more as an artist, and
Yes,
Toya was
he
like,
does.
I'm a Beyonce fan. I'm gonna do Beyonce's song.
No, she did. I'm gonna do B, but I'm gonna do Toya style,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna follow the instructions that the mentor chose to give me.
No, I
and
thought
deliver
she did. I would have
perfectly.
picked her.
My favorite part when that one part, when she was looking to the audience and she got crazy, and I was like,
Yeah.
I agree, but I
Oh my
think that's
God.
why Adam picked him, because this was a great performance.
Because he didn't know how to coach after that.
every coach
Yeah.
can say that, but like, yeah, what do you do next?
How do you? Yeah, that's true.
She brought
And
it.
I will say, when she did that, whoa, she ripped that off of every Beyonce live concert she's ever done. That wasn't like her original.
Right.
Just
But
saying.
that's okay. I mean, whatever. She still did a really good job.
Yeah.
I actually think Adam picked Damien because he doesn't know what to do with
yeah,
Toya.
absolutely. I just said that to Whitney.
I think he's intimidated, and as a coach is like, I don't know what to do.
He's like, sorry,
Yeah.
girl. You'll be good without the show. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, though,
Yeah.
if I'm honest, neither one of them is gonna
Go
take
far,
this.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
agreed.
I felt like a lot tonight that I'm like, you were okay, but I don't know if we necessarily saw a winner tonight.
Yeah, we need to see some more.
Damien cried because he was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I wanted you didn't.
He is a little too emotional.
It's too much, and I get
I
that.
like it.
I get it's his chance. He's saying
Yeah,
that.
but-
No,
It's
I'm
never
saying he
come this
cried
far.
because he feels bad for winning it when he knew he didn't.
Shoot, I
Shoot.
can't.
He's
So
like,
that
thanks,
wraps
producers.
up first night of knockouts.
Crazy, man.
We'll get one more night of Taylor Swiftness.
I need
tomorrow.
more. I
know.
need more Taylor Swift. And
I would
miss
love to see her now be a judge on the show, coach on the show.
She's just too much of this advisor there for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't like
That's
the
her.
coach. I
I
like
could see
the
her come
advisor.
back every season.
Every
though.
season.
Dude, it would
And it'd
be
really
great.
good.
built in.
I would love that. I really want to give a shout out to Stevie Nicks for finally giving a good note when she said to them, stop trying to be like Christina Aguilera. You're not Christina Aguilera. You'll never be. I will never be. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's honesty. You gotta have that in this competition.
I already miss Alicia Keys. I already miss Gavin. I miss Little Big Town. I now miss Stevie Nicks. I wish that they could keep their mentors coming in.
That's what they did season 1.
I know, it was really cool. Remember when Reba had to sit on that little chair next to Blake?
Like everything.
That was hilarious.
I wish.
Wait, are we predicting?
No, I have no predictions yet.
Do we want to? Let's get into predictions then.
I just have a couple things to say.
And
all right, you start with.
You let it out. This is a safe space.
I have one thing to say.
This right now, okay, and obviously there's a lot more to come. But if I had to pick who I think's like what team, I think Pharrell and Gwen are killing Adam and Blake right now.
Oh.
I think they are with talent.
Right.
But I think with overall coaching.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Blake takes it in the lives, man.
Always takes it in the lives.
Yes.
Does it?
But I do.
I'm always Team Blake.
Honey.
Sorry, Pharrell, but I don't know. I might switch to you, baby.
He's so cute.
I love Pharrell.
No, but literally they've got some really good people.
Yeah.
I was bored with the other twos. Like, I'm just bored with Blake's and Adam's choices, at least for tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight, for sure.
Pharrell and Gwen's
For sure.
teams took it. And
Blake
I love
always picks favorites and just kind of.
He does. He's loyal.
He likes his 3 favorites, and then everybody else, he lets them lose.
Yeah.
While he
Well,
focuses
that's a good
on his
strategy,
favorites.
actually,
It
because
is.
he wins every year.
Yeah.
Do we have any news and gossip?
Well, Taylor Swift's album dropped, and it's ridiculously amazing.
It is.
1989. If you guys
She was
haven't
born
gotten it
then?
yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Girl, her birthday
right.
is December 13th, 1989.
Yeah, you know what.
It is? She's a Sagittarius?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
I'm a whole year older.
I'm a Gemini. We butt heads. No, we don't. We get along. We're almost the
You be
same.
Best
besties,
friends.
honey.
Wait, real quick, though, Danika's my favorite.
Okay.
Sorry, that's my
backing it
prediction.
up.
I
If
love
you have to
Danica
pick a
too.
favorite from tonight, who would you pick?
Danica.
Danica.
I would say Brianna.
Ooh.
Just because, not from tonight, but overall, I think she's the most moldable.
Honey.
Honey, I got
You
you.
ain't gotta do nothing to
Honey,
Danica. She
yeah.
got it. Just give her another song.
I just love Danica. All right, guys. Well, that's all we got for you today.
We will be back in here next week. In the meantime, we're all on social media. Where can they find y'all?
Y'all can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi, Giorgi, and on Instagram at SteffiG47.
And everybody working the y'alls right now. I'm loving it.
This is for you.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Southern_wit. Thanks for having me here again.
Of course. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Chloe West X and on AVF for Replay every Tuesday.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jason Ikeler. And you can find AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at AfterBuzz TV. We will see you guys back in here next week.
Happy Halloween!
Bye, y'all.
See ya!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.